Hi, I'm Jessica Medlin from the Arizona Geographic Alliance. This is a 6th grade lesson covering 3 class periods called Everyday Heroes, Character Traits to the Rescue. Natural and man-made disasters require preparedness and immediate relief through organizations set up to help victims. Citizens can demonstrate strong character traits by working together, being prepared, and responding quickly to a crisis. Helping each other is one way to preserve democracy in our country. In this lesson, students will learn the development of positive character traits is important to the preservation and improvement of constitutional democracy. The students will learn how individuals work together to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina. They will also learn ways they can volunteer to help in different relief organizations. So the materials needed in this lesson include 2 newspaper articles, 2006 Super Build reading, and Kids Help Out reading. There is a character trait chart, and also the research cheat sheet where they organize the information about the volunteer agencies. There's an advertised here writing assignment. There's a character stick figures worksheet. They'll need highlighters, a computer lab with internet, poster paper, and markers and colored pencils. The students will be able to describe and illustrate the character traits of respect, responsibility, fairness, and involvement. They'll explain how the character traits are important to the preservation and improvement of constitutional democracy. They'll identify the character traits within a newspaper article and summarize how the trait was demonstrated. They'll choose a volunteer agency and research its mission, including how it prepares and responds to disasters. They'll persuade other students to join the organization by publishing an advertisement that includes information on the organization. So you'll start out with the character stick figures worksheet. You'll ask the students to draw 4 stick figures representing the following traits: respect, responsibility, fairness, and involvement. For example, for respect, the students can draw a stick figure saluting, and for responsibility, the student can draw a figure taking out the garbage or doing some kind of a job. Next, you'll ask the students to use each stick figure as a center of a web and write words that define those traits around the stick figure. You'll have several students share their definitions with the class. After you do that, you'll give the complete definitions of those words. For example, respect is a feeling of appreciative, often deferential regard or esteem. So you'll need to discuss those words, and then you can have them write those keywords in the box as well: appreciation, regard, esteem. You'll explain that in a constitutional democracy, everyone works together for the common good. The common good means you're working for the good of the whole community and helping everyone. Ask the students why they would need those character traits in order for a country to be better. And then you'll explain that when huge events or disasters happen, we often work together to make things right. And in 2005, there was a big hurricane that hit Louisiana. It killed a lot of people and caused a lot of destruction. But different volunteer organizations stepped in and they helped to repair the damage. Even other countries sent money in to help the victims. So you will explain that the students will read the 2 articles and show how different people volunteered to help after Katrina. And as they read, they're going to highlight or underline 4 examples of the 4 character traits. But as a note, not all of the traits will be found, so they'll find 2 or 3 of one, or something like that. And you'll close by adding examples from the articles to the stick figure web and sharing it with the class. So this is what the newspaper articles look like. And this is the character trait chart. So if the student finds involvement, they'll write the rest of the information, who does it, and what they did. For the second session, you'll review the news articles read yesterday. You'll ask if the students can remember any organizations that provided service after the hurricane. For example, in one of the articles, Habitat for Humanity stepped in. And you'll explain that there are many organizations set up to help victims of disasters. So this is what the research paper worksheet looks like. It's called an organization research cheat sheet, volunteer organization. The students will choose one organization to research, and on the sheet there are many different organizations listed. And the students should then generate 2 of their own questions that they would like to find the answers to. On the sample key, you can find questions that you can also direct the students to use. So the students will then look at websites for information on their agency and record the research on the research cheat sheet. And you can direct the students to look at the About section on the website and also the disaster relief sections. And then you'll close by having a few students share their organization and what it does to help. The example given on this cheat sheet is from the Red Cross. For the advertisement, you'll use the Advertise Here worksheet. You're going to have the students create a poster advertising the volunteer agency they researched. Using their research, they will explain what the organization does and who they help. You'll go over the criteria on the worksheet. After you complete the worksheet, you can have the students display it in the classroom, or if you have time, you can have them present. So this is an example of a completed poster. So it has the title, it has 3 graphics, and it has a paragraph with 4 sentences explaining the organization, and also some persuasive lines like save lives through your service or help victims. For the assessment, the students will score 80% or higher on the character stick figures worksheet. 5 points are given for an accurate stick figure and definition in each square, so they'll need 16 or higher to achieve mastery. They'll need to score 100% to achieve mastery on the character trait chart by accurately identifying traits 4 different times. They need to score 100% on the research cheat sheet by completing each square. And on the advertisement, they need a score of 48 out of 60 in order to achieve 80% or higher. For an extension, the students can write a newspaper article that shows one of the character traits from an event the student is familiar with. For example, the Western states are experiencing a lot of fires, and so they could look at those fires and write how people have stepped in and the character traits that they've used. And this concludes the lesson, Everyday Heroes, Character Traits to the Rescue.